In this video, I am going to discuss about some numerical example based on Nyquist rate. I have divided the complete problem in three types, and type 1 will consist simple problem which I have covered in this video. And in next video, I will discuss type 2 and type 3. And type 2, type 3 will consist some conceptual problem. In previous lecture, I have discussed about the Nyquist rate. Nyquist rate is basically minimum value of sampling frequency with which if you will sample the analog signal, then again you can reconstruct the original signal from the sampled signal. And the sampling frequency, or you can say the minimum sampling frequency, or the Nyquist rate is twice of the highest frequency present in the signal. So you must remember this formula. Basically, you will have to determine the highest frequency component which is existing in the signal, and then after the estimation of FH or highest frequency component, you can determine Nyquist rate by using this formula. So in this video, I have considered some simple numerical example based on Nyquist rate, and you can say the type 1 problem. I have considered 5 numerical examples here, 5 signals here, and you will have to determine Nyquist rate for these signals. So consider first signal, which is xt equal to 200 pi t, and you will have to determine highest frequency component present in this signal. And obviously here 2 pi f or omega is 200 pi. So this pi will cancel. The frequency component or frequency which is existing in this signal is 100 Hz. And this is a single frequency which is existing in this signal. So this will be the highest frequency. And Nyquist rate is twice of highest frequency. So the Nyquist rate for this signal will be 200 Hz. Nyquist rate for this signal will be 200 Hz. And I have solved this numerical example in the next slide. Here you can see the Nyquist rate is 200 Hz. Similarly, consider the second numerical example. Second signal is xt equal to sine square 200 pi t. So from the trigonometry, you know sine square theta is 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. And in this example, theta is 200 pi. So you can write cos 2 into, in place of theta, you can write 200 pi by 2. And in left hand side, you can write sine square, or in place of theta, you can write 200 pi t. So from the knowledge of trigonometry, you can write sine square 200 pi t equal to 1 minus cos 400 pi t divided by 2. And now you can get the highest frequency component present in the signal. And it is obvious from this expression, the highest frequency component can be determined from here. Here 2 pi f or omega is 400 pi. So F will be, so F will be 200 hertz. And this is the single frequency which is existing in this signal. So this will be the highest frequency, and Nyquist rate will be twice of this frequency, 2 into 200, which will be equal to 400 hertz. So in this way, you can determine the Nyquist rate for signal 2. So I have solved this problem here. You can say, first, with the knowledge of trigonometry, you will have to convert this signal. You will have to write this signal as 1 minus cos 400 pi t by 2. And from this term, you can determine the highest frequency which is existing in the signal, which will be 200 hertz. And now the Nyquist rate will be twice of this highest component, so it will be 400 hertz. So in this way, you can find the Nyquist rate for this signal. Means if you will sample xt equal to sine square 200 pi t, which is analog signal, and if you will sample this signal with this sampling frequency, then you will get a discrete time signal. And further, this discrete time signal, from this discrete time signal, you can reconstruct the original signal xt equal to this. But the minimum frequency, sampling frequency should be 400 hertz to accomplish this task. So this is the application of sampling theorem, and this is the importance of Nyquist rate. So the knowledge of Nyquist rate or sampling frequency, or you can say minimum sampling frequency, is desirable so that you can reconstruct the original signal from the sampled signal. Now let us consider third problem. Third signal is xt equal to 1 plus cos 200 pi t plus sine 400 pi t. And it is obvious from this example, the highest component can be calculated from this term. Here 2 pi f is, or you can say the highest frequency component 2 pi fs is 400 pi. So you can determine the highest frequency component present in this signal, which is 200 hertz. And according to sampling theorem, the Nyquist rate or minimum sampling frequency should be twice of this. So the answer will be 400 hertz. So all of these problems are very simple. That is why I keep these types of problem in type 1. So here sampling frequency is 400 hertz. So this problem is solved here. This is 3. And now let us consider the next signal. Next signal is xt equal to cos 150 pi t into sine 100 pi t. And from the knowledge of trigonometry, basic formula that you have already studied in trigonometry, that sine A cos B, or you can say cos A sine B, cos A sine B is equal to half sine A plus B minus sine A minus B. When you will solve the right hand side expression, then obviously you will get this expression, because sine A plus B is sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, and sin A minus B is sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. When you will solve the expression which is existing in right hand side, obviously you will get cos A sin B. In this example, A is 150 pi t and the B is 100 pi t. So what will be the value of cos 150 pi t into sin 100 pi t? This will be equal to half sin A plus B means 250 pi t, sin 250 pi t minus sin A minus B, 150 minus 100, it will be 50. So you will get sin 50 pi t. So you can convert this product in this form, and from this expression you can find the maximum value of the frequency which is existing in this signal, and you can find from this term. Obviously here 2 pi f is 250, so the highest frequency will be 125, and twice of this will be Nyquist rate. So I have solved this problem here. First, I have converted the expression cos 150 pi t into sin 150 pi t by using the trigonometric concept. I have converted this product in form of this, and then from this term I have determined the maximum frequency component which is existing in this signal, which is 150 125 Hz, and then twice of this will be the Nyquist rate. And now the last signal, which is xt equal to cos q 200 pi t. Again there is a need of trigonometric concept of trigonometry. Cos q theta, cos q theta is basically 3 cos theta plus cos 3 theta by 4. Here theta is 200 pi. So by using the concept of trigonometry, you can convert this signal in terms of sum of two signals. So 3 cos theta, here theta is 200 pi, so it will be 3 cos 200 pi t, and here theta is 200 pi into t also. So 3 cos theta is 3 cos 200 pi t plus cos 3 theta, 3 times of this 600 pi t. And from this term, you can calculate the highest frequency component. The highest frequency component will be 300 pi, 300 Hz, because here omega or 2 pi f is 600 pi. So FH or highest frequency component will be 300 Hz, and twice of this will be the Nyquist rate. So Nyquist rate will be 600 Hz. So in this way, you can solve the problem based on Nyquist rate, but these problems are simple problem. In type 2 and in type 3, which I will cover in next video, you will see some conceptual problem based on Nyquist rate. So in next video, I will discuss such type of problem.